So we are back to do another inspection. It's actually looking pretty quiet in there at the moment, so I'm thinking the bees must be out and about collecting stuff, because a few things to mention today. We've had a bit of a drought lately for the last few weeks, and all our clover has died off. We've got hardly any flowers in the paddock, and so we've sort of been asking around, and the best advice has been to give them a bit of sugar water now, so that the bees can actually start developing their winter stores of honey. So that's what we're going to do today. Also, I mentioned in previous videos that we got this hive second hand. Now, something to watch out for doing that is AFB, American foul brood. That is something that you do need to keep an eye on, because if you get that, you need to get rid of your hive, you need to get rid of your bees, the lot. Now, I have heard reports of people buying beehives secondhand off Trade Me, and the hive actually already been infected, and they end up infecting all their bees with it. Now, the hive that we got secondhand off our friend Carl, we do trust him. He's actually certified to check for American foul brood, and he's had bees for many years now, and so yeah, we got our beehive secondhand, but it was from a trusted source, so something to bear in mind.
We know where he lives.
We know where he lives, yes. Now, something else that somebody mentioned for me that was good was to have a little platform for the bees. You can see how here, like this opening here, they have to fly straight into. This one down here, they can land on there, like that one is kindly demonstrating, and just walk into the hive. Apparently that is a great thing to have for them, because it just makes it easier for them to actually defend their hive from robbers. And yes, bees do rob off each other. So
hey Mum, yes. I had a bee land on my ears.
Good for you.
And I have bee land.
The other big news, and I'm sorry we didn't get it on video, the one reason some of you are probably even subscribing to me is to watch me get stung. And I'm sorry, it happened and the cameras weren't rolling. But I was brave, I handled it like a trooper, I didn't cry much. We've been looking up a lot about varroa mite, because we're probably looking at treating it for varroa pretty soon. We've been looking at different forms of testing for varroa mite. Now, there's a few different ones. There's the alcohol wash, which sounds like the best way to go, but because our hive is fairly new, the alcohol wash does involve actually killing about 300 bees for the sake of the health of the rest of your hive. I know it sounds silly, it's sort of like getting a blood test to test for cancer, you know, for the greater good. But because this is a fairly new colony, we don't really want to disturb it that much, so we're probably going to go with the sugar roll test. We'll probably do that next time though, along with maybe some, mite treatment strips. So yes, let's have a look and see what's happening in here.
And we're wimps, I don't want to kill our bees, they're sort of like extended family.
Yeah, I have actually said to Clint, if we're doing the alcohol test, or even the drone brood cell pulling out, because we haven't got that many drone brooding cells at the moment, so I don't really want to be pulling them out either. If we do either of those two things, he has to do it, because I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to killing stuff. Except bunnies. I'll shoot bunnies.
Hey Mum, there's one on your head.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's why fine. I got a outfit.
See?
That's my mate.
Concerned cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Right, away you go, babe.
I don't think that was there last time, was it?
No. Oh yeah, look at all the wax they put out of it.
Oh, look at that.
Goodness.
They are crawling.
Building it all up on the lid.
Yeah, last time we were here there was nothing on that lid. There was no wax on that lid or anything.
It was a nice new
That's
lid.
where all the bees are. And look, you see some nice fresh wax on those.
Yeah, no, we were actually told we did put the super on before the bottom one was actually completely full of brood cells and everything, which was a bit of a whoopsie, bit of a no-no on our part, because apparently it can affect them when it comes to the heat of the hive. It can cool things down, but we have had quite a dramatic heat wave here recently, and so...
One that we accidentally just killed.
Hey? I didn't... Oh no! I'll cut that out. I do not want to be seen as a murderer. Sorry.
Oh, we've put pollen in one.
Okay. Sure.
Oh look, bums down, heads up. They're doing
Oh,
something. Oh, look, all the nectar in that one.
Oh, yes, there is too.
Boom.
Yay, good job.
Getting rid of all the old grotty.
Oh, yeah, because
cell.
there was a lot of old stuff. It's looking very clean, isn't it?
It is. They've cleaned it up very well.
And you! Mum, are we taking a couple out and taking them away?
No.
Well, we're probably taking one out to put the sugar water thing in.
Oh, that one that we take out, can we have the honey off? Please,
I think
Oh, look at that.
you're overestimating our honey production, Olivia.
What's the next and
Look at all that.
Oh, yeah.
Is that honey or nectar?
I mean, it looks like nectar to me, but
Because there's some
I
real
might have
clear
to
stuff.
Google. I might have to look up what honey looks like. You might have to hold it a bit further away. It's a bit blurry.
well done.
Very good.
There's certainly a lot more with heads down, bums up than there was.
Oh yeah. Do you know what we should do?
So,
Buy my mum an ultraviolet shirt and see how many bees attract us to her. Oh,
very well.
look at that.
Look at that, teeming with activity.
Look at all that juicy stuff.
Yum.
There you go.
Is that
Here we
just
go.
honeycomb?
That's one of the old ones that Carl gave us, and they've been very busy clearing up all the grot off it. And well,
Yeah, looks like they're
actually
taking.
see some of the bits of wire.
Yeah.
Wire?
Be quiet, you two parrots.
We are parrot. We
Excuse
are
the-
parrot.
Excuse the parrots in the background. Probably
Oh wow, look how they've cleaned that one up.
sparkly clean. I should let these bees into the house.
I wonder what that is.
I want them to clean my
Is that like a
kitchen.
drone?
Clint's braver than I am with no hands.
Until you get stung for the first time.
Until he gets stung, yes.
Someone else.
It's fine. So the sugar water, you can actually do it in a 1 to 1 ratio, 50% sugar, 50% water, for giving your hive a bit of a boost, new hives. Or word on the street has it that 2 to 1 sugar to water is good for them to build up their winter stores, which is really what we're trying to do at the moment. So that's what we've gone with. So hopefully we're doing them
down there and we'll check
a
the queen
favour.
and everything. Wow, will you look at that? Oh, look at that.
activity on there. They're
Heck.
certainly busy on the new plastic fantastic.
Yeah,
Certainly building it up.
yeah, what about the other
All the
side?
yellowy bits.
Now, should we be removing all like the stuff here?
That is a big question.
One I will also have to ask Carl.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to say yes.
Oh wow, look at all that.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Look at all that brood.
Them. Wow, yeah, all the kept over brood there. Oh, yeah, see all the little bits of larvae in the bottom.
Oh, I see all the larvae. Where are we?
The activity on there. It's hard to know what's going on.
There's just so many bees there. It's insane.
Yes, you know, from the last check we've got some drone cells going on, but
Somewhere.
but
we
we
don't know
can't see them on the stages.
Yeah, you need better gloves, don't you?
Yeah, as I say, these are just too clumsy.
Look at all the lovely nectar on that one. Mm-mm.
Good job, girls.
So the queen doesn't have to walk too far for a feed, I'm imagining. What we're seriously thinking about doing is getting a sticky board and sticking it under here. So if we have any varroa mites that fall off, because we might powder this with sugar, all the mites will show up on the sticky pad and we'll know whether we have to treat it or not.
Yeah, well,
Oh, there you go.
it's actually more a case of always assume you do have some form of varroa, it's just how bad have you got it. And you should treat it, but tests like that kind of indicate how successful your treatment has been.
Yeah.
See the cells that are kind of sticking up a bit more than the others. Those are the drone cells. Okay. Oh, should be able to see. Oh yeah, look at that. So yeah, that's the drone bees.
They're going to be the daddy bees.
That's the one. You can see all the orangey bits in there. Pollen.
Which they also
There
eat.
we go there. Yeah, storing some pollen away from winter.
They've decided to make putting the queen excluder on that a little bit more difficult.
Of course, a bee chain.
Right, this here is our device for feeding the bees, and we slip it down in here and then we fill it up with sugar syrup. I see they've already put some wax on it, good for them.
Yeah.
And,
Won't take long.
and what we'll do is we might have to remove it.
Yeah, I think it's a bit wider. But we've got one that's it's got like a little ladder system, so no bees should drown in it.
Bum, 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 bum. Right, one feeder.
One feeder. Grab some sugar water.
Right. Bon appetit.
So we'll just help them out during this drought.
Bon appetit. I hope they smell it and go for it. I hope we come here in a week and then realise that there's...
Well, it's probably better that they find nectar, pollen somewhere, I'm guessing, but... There we go, done and dusted. We did actually notice a few of them had wings that were looking a bit jagged on the edges, so we're assuming we do have varroa mite. So what we'll do is we'll do the sugar roll test,
And we'll
That'll
treat it
be
regardless.
Our next film, and we will treat them for varroa mite as well. So yeah, and then we'll leave it for however long, and then do another test and see how the treatment went. So yeah, any advice? As always, I've had some great advice off the Beekeeping Facebook page and off YouTube. So yeah, lay it on me. Any advice? All good. Please leave us a like, leave us a comment, and as always, subscribe. Yay!